Hi there and welcome once again. This is Jennifer McGuire and I hope you're having a good week. So I enjoy once in a while changing things up and making cards that open in a non-traditional way. So today I'm going to show you a really easy way to make gatefold cards. What's unique about these cards is that the gatefold opening are actually triangles and there's a belly band around the card. These can be done in a variety of sizes and I'll show you a few different sizes today. And you can use whatever products you have. They're easier to make than you would think, so I hope you'll give it a try too. And by the way, I will link below to the different size envelopes that I like to use with these different size cards. Let's start with this example here. This one's about 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. I love square cards. On this one, on the belly band, I'm using a sunshine die cut. This is the Pretty Pink Posh Aloha Shaker die. It has the word Aloha included on it, but I'm trimming that off, so I just have the sunshine, and I can save the Aloha for another card. I die cut these pieces from 3 different shades of yellow cardstock, a light, medium, and dark. And then I also found a circle die that I could use, and I did that to cut out the stitching around the inside of that shaker die. I just wanted to have an extra piece to layer on, but you could assemble this however you want. So I have a light yellow circle that I'm gluing the rays on, then I'm putting this little stitch piece that I cut out, and I have a nice layered piece to go on the front of my belly band. By the way, a belly band is the piece that wraps around the card that the person slides off to open it. Okay, here I have a 4.25 by 4.25 inch square note card that I created from white cardstock. On the front of this card, I'm going to ink it with this new Pretty Pink Posh Wave stencil. Over the stencil, I'm applying Gina K Ocean Mist ink with my Picket Fence life-changing brushes. I like using these brushes because it's easy to put a nice, even, light layer of color if you want, but you could use any inking tool that you want. Okay, now I'm going to take the stencil and shift it a bit and apply some more color. I just thought it'd be fun to add a little bit more ink on the background and get a new look from the stencil. Okay, let's create those triangle flaps that wrap around our card. Remember that white card is 4.25 by 4.25 inches. For that size card, the flaps need to be 3 inches by 3 inches square. So I have 2 3-inch by 3-inch square pieces of cardstock. And I'm using my scoring tool and bone folder to score right diagonally across the center of each of them. I will then reinforce those 2 fold lines. Basically, what I'm doing is creating the 2 flaps that will wrap around our card. Again, this card is 4.25 by 4.25, and these 2 pieces are 3 inches by 3 inches. And that works out perfectly. And I did the math for it. Actually, my engineering degree actually came in some use here. And I was able to make sure that these would be the perfect size for this card. So there you can see how they fit nicely right up against the edge. Okay, now it's time to glue these onto the back of these. You really want to be sure that this is glued on here good and that they don't come off. I find it best to use a strong liquid adhesive. That way you can kind of push them in tight against the edge, but you can use any adhesive that you have that you feel is strong. So I'm going to wrap this around the back of the card, wrap this one around this side, turn it over, make sure they're lined up, and because I use the liquid, I can move it around until it's positioned perfectly. And then I'm kind of pressing it in around the card. By the way, the fold of the card is at the top. So once I have those positioned nicely, I can go ahead and press it down until it dries, which doesn't take long at all. Next, I want to add a piece of cardstock to the back to give it a nice finished look. I decided that I wanted this cardstock to show around the edge. So once